Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Bridging the Islands with Ryan and Kelley. I'm Ryan.
And I'm Kelley. And we're going to be bringing you guys weekly the hottest topics, the latest news, and some market data around our islands. All right, what do we got going on today, Ryan? What's going on over there this weekend?
Yeah, so we got a couple different events. There's always something going on in Honolulu County, Oahu, whatever you call it. The first thing that we're looking at tonight is Salt Summer Nights in the barn at our Kaka'ako. Salt's a great place, tons of entertainment, tons of food. Definitely somewhere that if you're visiting, you can't miss. And if you haven't been there and you live here, you definitely have to go. That's going to be from 6 to 10 p.m. There's going to be local vendors there, live music performances, and a couple other things going on. But it's just a big party. Next thing we got going on is something that's pretty near and dear to my heart. I do it every month. There's a nudie wear ocean cleanup dive at Point Panic. So nudie wear's a company that produces clothes. It's ecologically friendly to the ocean, uses a lot of recycled materials. And that's going to be from around 8 to 10 a.m. That's a monthly thing, but it's also going to be in celebration of Women's Dive Day. We're just going to get in the water, scuba dive. So if there's any scuba divers out there that are interested in helping clean up in Kewalo Basin, pretty much just right in that channel there, we dive straight down, pick up trash. I typically take out a tire, maybe a chair. Yeah, there's a lot of nasty stuff that we pull out of the ocean, but it's great. It works out really well. So that's Saturday's big event for me. And then on Sunday over on the west side of Oahu, we've got the Ono Grinds and Makiki at Kapolei Commons from 9 a to 1 p. And it's another local vendor type event. There's going to be tons of food, crafts, the whole likes, pretty much like a farmer's market. Come out and support all the small local businesses and get some cool stuff.
That sounds awesome. Fabulous. And over here on the Big Island, we have a couple events going on. So we have the Hawaii Performing Arts Festival that's located in Waimea. It's going to be a great event. Tons of talented musicians come together, help you find your aloha, good vibes. So that's happening all throughout the weekend. And then Kona Brewery, they just opened up their new brewery not too long ago, and now they're doing guided brewery tours. So really fun. We waited a very long time. If any of you guys have been to Kona in the past 3 or 4 years, we've just seen it as a building. Kona Brew coming soon. Well, it's finally here, and you can take a tour. So it's good fun. And Disney Moana Jr. is playing at the Aloha Theater this weekend from the 15th to the 31st. And if you guys have ever been to the Aloha Theater, it's a really beautiful historical theater up in Kealakekua. And they're putting on Moana Jr., which is just so adorable. Come out and support the keiki. So some good events going on.
Beautiful. I love that Kona Brewing Company too. I actually missed out last time I was there on the brew tour I was supposed to go on, but just didn't get a chance to. My flight left too early. Next time though.
Yep. You were trying to burn it at both ends.
Yeah, seriously. It was quick. It was definitely quick.
Awesome. Well, you guys be sure to go check out those awesome events if you guys are around. And today we wanted to talk about HOAs. You know, as condo realtors, HOAs are extremely important associations that we need to know our stuff, be able to educate you guys. And we wanted to talk a little bit about what an HOA even is for some of you out there that might not be familiar with condos and associations. And then another important document that you get in the escrow process when you're purchasing a condo, and that's going to be the RR105C. And it's going to be one of your most important documents you get. A lender looks at it and they're going to be able to determine if they can lend on that unit or not. So super excited. We have Alena coming on here soon. She's with VIP Mortgage and she'll fill us in on all that. But first and foremost, HOA, let's talk about it. What is it? So it's an association. It's a group of owners that live in that complex or are involved in that complex. And an HOA, you pay a monthly fee. So that can range from anywhere between here on the Big Island, and I believe, Ryan, similar over there for you guys, anywhere between $400 to $1,000 a month. It really just depends on if it's a studio or a 1-bedroom or 2-bedroom. They determine how much you pay in your HOA fee versus how much square footage your unit is. So anywhere to 400 to 1,000. And then what does that include? So some HOAs are different, but mostly it's going to include your water, your sewer, basic cable sometimes, any lawn maintenance or common area maintenance. So that's a perk, when you're looking to buy a condo or, considering moving to the islands. Do you want to have to mow your own grass? Well, if not, and you want them to take care of your lawn maintenance, condo's a good way to go. And then sometimes your internet as well, rubbish, as well as like a master insurance policy, which we'll talk about here in a couple slides. And then HOA.
We're very similar over here too. It's really covering all the same stuff, and then something you really don't think about, and I'll touch a little bit more later on it in the project conditions is all the little fixtures, every little fixture maintenance piece, down to the doorknob and light bulbs, that's all got to be planned for. We're also looking at property staffing. So everybody that plans out and does that planning for all those little pieces that have to get changed out so that you don't have to, it all adds up.
Yes. And it's so nice not to have to worry about it. When you have a good HOA, they'll take care of it for you.
Yes.
And that rolls us into, excuse me, does HOA include a property manager? So there's like 2 different types of property management you'll hear a lot of. You have your personal property manager that's going to help you manage your individual unit. But then the whole complex will also have a property manager. And they're going to be the ones that are in charge of making sure that the lawn maintenance is getting done and the grounds are getting taken care of. So your HOA does include a complex property manager to help do the maintenance in the common areas. Awesome. So that's what a HOA is. So let's roll into what is a RR105C. So Ryan, you want to start us off? What is it?
Yes. So the RR105C is essentially the condo building or complex's disclosure to the lender, so that everybody knows what's going on and to the individual, so that what's really coming in the future for that condo. It's gonna bring light to a lot of the questions that you do have, and it's gonna really show you whether or not you want to live in that condo building. It could be good. It could be very, very planned out and, a non-factor on you, or it could be something that's not planned out and, stuff that comes up within 12 months of the time that you get that. And, if it's an unplanned cost, it could lead to an assessment. So it's really going to help you determine whether or not you want to live in that complex or in that neighborhood. And that's it kind of feeds your right of rescission. So your M1, your condo documents portion of the contract of the escrow, you have the opportunity to pull out of the escrow if something crazy pops up, like you have a crazy assessment that wasn't disclosed prior to. Things like that can pop up, and that you have the opportunity at that point to choose whether or not you do want to stay in. But for a lot of the well-managed condos, a lot of that is, really planned out pretty far, and typically doesn't come as much of a surprise to people.
Yeah, so it's broken down. So the RR105C is broken down into 4 different topics, and this is A, general. Ryan, you want to talk about what the A, general section is going to have?
Oh, I thought I was doing the insurance. I'll
go then. So the A, general, is basically, it's going to tell you the number of units in that complex, the number of delinquency. So if anybody in the complex is not paying their maintenance fees, it's going to show up here so you can see that. And then if there's any foreclosures, so if any other owner in the complex is getting foreclosed on, that's going to show up there for you to see as well. So just kind of a breakdown, how many parking stalls are in the complex, all that good stuff. Just a little general observation of it. And then there's B.
Beautiful. So I can cover B. All right. So section B, really, it covers the insurances that are required by the HOA. It covers your master insurance policy of the common areas. For high-rise buildings, it's everything outside of the walls. And, for townhomes, that might be, everything within your fence. It can affect the personal homeowner's insurance that you do have. It can make it higher or lower depending on how much that master policy does cover. A lot of times your condo insurance, you're going to look at it being a lot cheaper than your single family homes because especially it's covering a smaller area. For the high rise, it's inside the walls, and then the townhomes, like I said, just a really small area comparatively. So as we just spoke about, part of your fees to the association help to insure everything that's outside of your personal residence's walls. All that money that you're paying in to that HOA that feeds that master insurance policy. It includes the various types of insurances that Hawaii may be required, such as flood insurance. So a lot of that's going to be fed into that insurance section.
Yes, super important part. Awesome. And then C, the financial. So this is where you're going to have your breakdown of your HOA. So what's included in your monthly HOA fee? You can see here at the top, it basically is a little checkbox. Is it going to include electricity, gas, hot water, sewer, water, any kind of things like that? You'll know right in this 105C, paragraph C, your monthly fee, what's it going to include? It's really black and white right there. And then you're also going to see if there's any maintenance fees that are going to be increasing. So they're going to disclose that ahead of a time if they do have plans to raise up some of the fees and have some future assessments possibly coming. So that's where you're going to see that as well in that little financial area. Yes.
Love it.
Okay. Then there's D.
Right. So the project condition. So again, very simple, straightforward. A lot of this form is, it's covering any of the major repairs that are going to be required within the next 12 months for the common areas. Strong HOAs are going to have what you call a reserve study. You can see that at the bottom right of this snippet right here. And that's really just going to help budget for the repairs that are projected out for the future. Typically, that reserve study is going to cover your summary of HOA reserve funds, list of relevant components HOA is responsible for, kind of like what we talked about earlier. The projected expenditures for all of those components for current and future refurbishment, remaining lifespan of all of those components. Again, we're talking down to the light bulb, down to the door handle. Every small thing has some sort of lifespan. It's got to be tracked, and then it's got to be replaced later on down the line. And then, of course, the repair and replacement schedule for those components. Somebody's planning that out. And then funding plans that concur with essentially like your state and local legislation and any sort of professional recommendations. So, if you want your community to stay beautiful and everything that you don't personally own, 100% of, it's on the HOA, it's on the people that you have on your board and hire to do that. So be a part of your HOA.
Absolutely. And this D is so important, this future assessments, because you can get in a situation when you're in escrow moving right along and you get this RR105C and it's checked that I've had this happen, for example, the plumbing, and they state, oh, we're actually in the next 12 months, we're going to go redo all the gray water plumbing in the whole condo. Well, that was something that the sellers didn't know. They weren't aware of that, or they just didn't realize. And then that's something that was presented to my buyer. And that was really something you got to think about. Like, this future assessment could come with costs. Is that something you want to deal with, or is that too big? You don't want to bite off that and you can cancel. So super important document to look at.
Yes. And that can be a huge hindrance when you're moving in too. It can get a little crazy, a little inconvenient for you. So definitely important to look at. It's important to review all of your condo docs, but specifically this one, the RR105C.
Yes. Yes, fabulous. So we're about to bring on Alena Griffey. She's with VIP Mortgage, and she is a condo lender. So she's going to tell you what a lender is looking for with a RR105C. Aloha, good morning, Alena.
Aloha.
Awesome. Well, the floor is yours. We are dying to know, what are you looking at for underwriting? Can you hear me, Alena? Testing, testing. Oh, we might be having some difficulty here, but let's see. Her mic, she's muted. Can you hear us, Alena?
I don't know if she can.
I don't know either. Let me call her.
All right.
Stand by, everyone. She's probably like, why is she calling you?
Oh. She said she sees herself but cannot see us or no sound. I wonder if her internet connection is just a little bad. I'm thinking the internet connection might just be a little bad. Huh. Yeah, it says she's connected. All right, well.
Maybe if she could just speak. Can you tell her to just, can she see us at all?
Let's see.
Oh.
I think she got kicked. Either she just got kicked or she logged out and she's going to log back in.
Okay. Awesome. Stand by, everybody. This is some good info. We're definitely going to want to know this.
Come here.
We have a special guest.
We do have a special guest. A dog. We have a dog. This is the entertaining one.
Oh, look, he's famous. He doesn't even know it. He's on a live show.
She's a little ham. She knows she's famous. Oh, I see Alena trying to log on, but I think she's having some more difficulties. It's taking a while. Oh, we got another one down here. I don't know if you can see the tail wagging. Let's see if we can get the big one out. Whoa.
Oh, there's another one. Oh, right.
There's the big baby.
Love it. Well, dang. Looks like we're having some technical difficulties with Alena here.
Okay. Who doesn't like watching a dog type? Look.
Love it. What do you think? What's his name?
This is Kona.
Kona.
Kona says, I really like buying houses, and I really like having a yard that I can run around in.
Me too. Kona's smart.
And that way I can poop in my own yard. That's what she likes.
Oh my goodness. Well, everybody stand by. We're going to have to get back to you guys on this and have Alena come back another time and give us some good info. But what we can say is that when you are in escrow, you're going to get a whole chunk of documents that are called M1 documents. And really the only one that the lender needs is that RR105C. And what they're going to do is they're going to just run it through the ringer, and they're going to answer all their condo questions that they have. and try to figure out if it's lendable, if it's non-warrantable, warrantable, and do all their good lending stuff. So we'll have to touch base with that another time, guys. Sorry about the technical difficulties today, and looks like we lost Ryan too. There he is.
I'm back. I don't know what happened.
Oh,
Somebody must be bombing our show and hacking us.
oh my goodness.
No, I'm kidding.
Oh.
I think we have Alena back.
Oh no, she's gone. Okay, well, you know what, guys? We'll see you guys next week. We'll be sure to circle back and give you guys all the good info. But until then, we hope you guys have a great rest of your week and a fun weekend.
All right. Have a good weekend. We'll talk to you next
week. Bye, guys.
week.
Aloha.